Yes. Uh-huh. I'm just concerned because every time I email and I say, well, return of service, poo, after you served me in the Sequim Public Library, each one of these attempts of service, yes. How much do they cost? Because I have a shares return of not served, yes, and not served, yes. 40 days after reissuing the temporary protection order, yes. So, but there was no attempt of service from June 1st to June 12th, right? But the court only requires you to attempt service twice, yes, between the individual temporary protection orders. But you didn't do what the court required when you issued it in June 1st of 2015? Yes, on Chapter 8. Pooch. But you did attempt service twice, personal service? Yes. How many times can you attempt service? Now, how much does the sheriff's department? So they're not doing these things for free, are they? Yes. I did notice in Chapter 8 that you don't have to pay any fees for the attempt of service of law enforcement as the alleged victim of domestic violence. Yes. But they must charge somebody for what you're doing. Pooh, 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 pooh. Well, it cost me $65 to serve my response to the dissolution of marriage. Yes. Is it $65 every time that a sheriff goes out driving around acting like they're trying to serve somebody? And personal service. Okay, service of process, service of protection orders. Personal service shall be made upon the respondent not less than 5 days prior to the hearing. Yes. If an ex parte order has been issued, the respondent shall be served with a copy of the petition, notice date is set for the hearing of the final order. Yeah. Do you actually attempt to serve somebody with notice of a temporary court hearing, or is it? If timely service cannot be accomplished, the court may continue the hearing for further attempts at personal service. If the court concludes the respondent is concealing, and I never did, no. You call me on my cell phone? Yes. And then timely person cannot be accomplished. May reissue the ex parte order for an additional 14-day period? Yes. If the court determines the service by publication mailing is appropriate, ex parte may be reissued for 24 days, not 40 days. Yes. The court shall require more than two attempts at obtaining personal permit service by publication. Ex parte order, service of the final order. Personal service is required unless the order recites the respondent appeared in person. Yes. Now, these no service fees, yes, the sheriff of the county or peace officer in a municipality in which the respondent resides shall serve the respondent required to effectuate personal service at no cost to the petitioner unless the petitioner elects to have a private party effect service. Now, the cost of service by mail or publication. Ooh, petitioner is responsible to pay the cost of publication or mailing unless the county legislative authority allocates funds for service for indigent petitioners. Now, I think Heidi was on welfare at that time. Yes. But the county didn't want to pay for publication in. Well, you reissued this one in 2015. Did she get her teaching license in 2015? Yes. I mean, how long has she been employed at the Brennan School District? Because let's say you're on welfare. Pooch, you kidnapped my 5 sons and you've acted the complete total fucking blithering idiot for the last 7 years. And they did pay. Who was it that paid? Who was it that paid for publication? Now it says the petitioner is responsible to pay for publication or mailing. Who was it that paid for the attempt, the mailing and publication? Pooch. Did the county pay my wife to send a piece of mail that they did know I didn't reside there? I just wanted to know because when you reissued this in 2012, yes, I was on trial. I had been served, yes, at the fifth wheel. In fact, I was arrested at the fifth wheel in 2012. Yes, I didn't actually leave the fifth wheel until December of 2012. Yes. So every time return of service, yes. Order modifying, yes. Sheriff's return of service, yes. Order reissuing temporary protection order. Um, Proof of mailing, affidavit of mailing, declaration, yes. Order reissuing protection order, yes. Petition for renewal on 7/5 of 2013. Doesn't the law say that it actually expired on July 5th instead of July 6th because it was a Saturday? Yes. What did you do wrong when you decided to reissue it? Now, you had a hearing on the 19th. Did you serve me on the 14th? Because we can look at the calendar. Was I given at least 5 judicial days? Because let's say you did give me 5 judicial days, but you decided to reissue the temporary protection order. If I had been served, and I don't think I had been, but I don't know for sure, why would you have another temporary protection order hearing to show cause? Then, when you did reissue the protection order for the 40 days from July 19th to August 30th, yes. Mm. This declaration of Heidi Budnick and affidavit of proof of mailing, yes. Did the county's funds pay for that? Because the legislative authority that has allocated funds for those indigent petitioners known as women on welfare. I just wanted to know, did you actually pay the mailing costs to mail it and then knowing that it was undeliverable mail? Did you send it to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road when I was no longer residing there? Because Mike Van Proyn would have said, "Well, he's not here." And then, did you pay for it to be put in the Squim Gazette? Yes. Out of the county's funds? Is there some reason why it's mail or publication? Let's think as a state, okay? You pay for both of them because she's the indigent petitioner? Yes. But it says mail or publication? Yes. Is it less expensive for the legislative authority that allocates funds for service for indigent petitioners to pay for one or the other?